we get started on this video, I'd like to apologize to Brandon for it taking me forever to be able to upload this video. The intro to HalloWicked took a lot longer than I thought it was going to edit. Now, this video is not included as a part of HalloWicked. This has nothing to do with it. I really didn't even want to post this video in October. However, I really wanted to post it, and due to the fact that Brandon and I hung out not that long ago, I feel like it would only be respectful to post it now rather than after October. So please enjoy this really long video. Hello everyone, it's Halloween Heartthrob and I'm here with
me, Brandon. Hello, from BC Art.
Yeah, and I'm actually hanging out with friends, so that's cool. Please check out his channel. He does a lot of doll stuff. Definitely great vlogs. I know I like them. It makes me feel like I'm there. And I'm alone a lot, so it's cool to have it in the background.
Yeah. Well, I always try to do my videos as if I tell anyone who does videos, I'm like, if you're afraid to do videos, just talk as if you're talking to your friends.
Yeah.
And in many ways, when I'm doing videos, that's what I'm doing. It's not like I'm saying, hi, all of YouTube. I'm like, hey, friends, welcome back. Today
I have a tag. It's kind of like a generalized tag. He has a tag on his channel, which I'll post links to channels, the video, the questions, all that will be down below. Mine is the nice to meet you tag. We already did the name and channel, so you want to say, I guess, a little bit about your channel, so if people who don't know you can get to know you better.
Yeah, well, my channel is, I guess, like what people would call a mixed bag. Like, I do pretty much anything. I craft, I have dioramas, I have BJDs, I have action figures, I do reviews, and I do customs of literally anything. I've customized dolls, I've customized, just sometimes very random things.
I've seen
action figures. So, my friend gave me that Clone Trooper mask, and I customized it so it was an accessory for Nightcrawler in his diorama. So, I do pretty much anything, literally.
I'm lame and I only customize dolls, so...
You do more than just customize dolls.
I mean, if you are on this channel, you probably know. Oh, I guess if people are coming from your channel. Well, my channel is also a mixed bag. I'm Jess, Halloween Heartthrob. I do doll customs, crafts, sewing projects, skits.
Oh, I also do
reviews.
I also do vlogs on my channel too.
Yeah, I did vlogs, but now I have a whole separate channel for that. So, first question: who is your favorite doll? Like anybody's, your own, doesn't matter.
I'm just gonna pick my own just because it's easier.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler here. I'm gonna grab them real quick. But Nightcrawler right now is probably easiest, like my favorite doll to play with at the moment. He is a resin soul, bow head on a double jointed body, and this is a BJD in case no one knew that. Just wanted to be specific and clear. But here he is. He's Nightcrawler. He's a character that is based off of the Marvel series, like, actual Nightcrawler, but he's kind of like my own version.
I don't want to say, like, fan fiction, because sometimes that has, like, bad notations for it, but...
Yeah. Well, like, literally, he is pretty much the Nightcrawler character, and I've talked about their world, in a sense, in a video on my channel, if you guys are interested in that, but... yeah, I love playing with him. I love dressing him. He's really easy to dress, actually. He wears Ken clothes. There's a few things that I have made, like the vest is something that I kind of quickly put together. This net is a shirt that my friend made for some other doll, and I was just like, okay.
If I have a favorite doll...
As your doll is face down on the
ground. Probably my Meg doll that I just bought from eBay. I love... Meg.
She was in wonderful condition. I was surprised.
So happy. She had all of her, I think she had most of her accessories. I mean, with like shoes and dress piece. So probably her and Kita. But I don't have that doll yet, so
I have a story to tell you, because I used to have Kita whenever, like, they were in stores.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
And I moved a lot, so pretty much anytime I moved, I did lose a whole mess of toys. And when I moved from to where you live,
Yeah. Thank you for not saying it.
It's okay. You could have just edited it out. It would have been
yeah.
fine. Pretty much, I did lose a lot of dolls and a lot of toys because I used to have like a buttload of Batman toys as well. So
I move around a lot due to one being in the military, or used to being in the military, and then two, you know, the goat's job. So
yeah.
How did we meet? I want to say probably, I think just through YouTube.
I think I just commented on your videos, and then like we started talking when you started doing live streams.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it was just kind of, we stumbled upon each other's channel, because I definitely like to check out people who comment on my videos. Most of you guys don't have your own channels, but a lot of times I like to connect with other channels. One, it's good to talk to people.
Converse.
There's a word for it, like get business partners, if you will.
Oh, I know what word you're thinking of.
I know words.
I'm dyslexic, so like you don't come to me for words.
It's been a day. So yeah, it definitely through YouTube and then Instagram and all that. Next question. Brief summary of your doll story. If your doll doesn't have a story, doll's personality. So I guess if you're like your skeleton or Nightcrawler,
he doesn't necessarily have a story. Pretty much like it's not in here. Like since before I even started my channel, I always drew this like skull. I don't know how to describe it to anyone who hasn't seen it, but it's like basically a skull, but it doesn't look like a normal skull. It's like a very cartoony version, and I would always draw them with different types of hair. And the one that he's based off is like the paint skull, is what I always called it. And it technically is supposed to have paint for hair, but obviously you can't do that in doll form, unless you sculpt. And I didn't want to do that because I wanted him to have hair. So that's kind of what his character is based off of, but his style, just along with Painter is based off the same thing. Before I did Skull Dude, and she's not even the first version of this doll. The first version I did was actually based off of that, because obviously when I first started customizing, there wasn't boy dolls.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll just do a girl doll. And then I think sometime last year I was like, since I finally have boy dolls accessible to me, I'll just do a boy doll. That is what I originally planned, and that's where Skull Dude came in. And then I was like, oh, they need to be a thing. So I redid her, and like her original doll was like a Cleo, and I painted it white. And that was like one of my biggest things. Like, if you're a beginner, try and not do something where you have to paint the whole doll.
Yeah.
Because that's my first doll right there, and it's the same thing. I have to paint the whole freaking thing.
I'm still working on my doll story. I guess a quick summary of two of my dolls that I'm going to put into Monster High form is Atlanta and Sugar. I really love them. They're a part of like a post-apocalyptic world. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, I guess the best way to describe it is like Tank Girl. Mm-hmm. Type of story. So it's just your typical apocalypse story, because I have a lot of dreams about the zombie apocalypse for someone who doesn't partake in zombie things. Like, it's a ridiculous amount. Next question. What type of dolls do you collect?
Monster High. I do have Everhigh, but I don't necessarily play with them. They're more like my collection dolls. For me, there's a difference between a collection doll and a doll that you play with. Mm-hmm. For me, a collection doll is a doll that I absolutely love. To me, a lot of dolls are pieces of art.
Yeah.
So I put them up and I display them, and I'll time to time clean them and brush their hair and like fix them up. So my Everhigh dolls are part of my collection dolls, along with a good majority of my Monster High. But I do have a lot of Monster Highs that I've customized, and obviously that I play with. I have BJDs, I have action figures. What other dolls do I have?
I was gonna say, it was like, really any like doll or action figure that you have a lot of, I guess would be considered collecting, regardless if you play with them or customize them.
Yeah. I also have DC Superhero Girls, but I mean, I don't necessarily play with those a whole lot.
Yeah, well, for me, I definitely would say Monster High and Ever After High. Between collecting for the past 3 years, gifts, and my cousin giving me dolls, I have a disgustingly huge amount of dolls. I need to do, once I move and everything gets situated, you guys know what I'm talking about. I've been complaining about it on my channel for like 9 years now. I'll definitely do a collection video. But I do collect action figures, but they're more like statues, and I have a lot of those. Because I really like...
I wish I could afford statues. But, like, you've seen my house. Like, it's not like I have anywhere to put them.
Well...
That's another issue altogether.
Mine are in my bedroom. So I have an office, I have a studio, and I have my bedroom.
Your husband loves you.
Yes. Well, I have the big hobby. I do sewing, I do videos, I do customizing, painting, drawing, crafting and all that. So I have a lot of crap, too. So I have... I need more space, so...
Yeah.
And he gets the living room, so... There's that. He has a space. Do you customize your dolls? If yes, in what ways? Like, do you modify them, or do you just paint their faces?
Basically, okay, when I do a custom, it really depends on the character. I haven't done anything where I've had to really mod a doll. Now, the most recent doll I'm going to kind of be doing within the next couple of months, most likely after the retreat. I'm going to a doll retreat in October. I'm going to be doing a doll for my friends at Tyrion Leaf Spar, and he wants a satyr. And since I don't have epoxy sculpt, you're fine. But I was trying to figure out a way to do it without modding it too much, because one, I was like, if he really wants to actually play with it and redress it or something, I don't want it to be like, oh, there's hooves there, you can't take off the pants.
Yeah.
So I was like, I created these shoes that have hooves on the end that when standing they go elongated. I can show you after we're done with the video.
That'd be cool.
If you want to see what they look like. So if you have that idea, you can use it for your doll if you want to do hooves. Well, with Ever High doll, with these dolls, it's rather easy because their feet are already pointed.
I was gonna say, it was like...
So it's kind of easy to mod their shoes to make them look like they're hooves. But with Ever High dolls, well, both Ever High and Monster High boys, their feet are flat, and the good thing is they have an ankle joint, so you can kind of just point their feet and be like that. So I'm kind of utilizing the ankle joint when making these shoes. But that's kind of the most extensive, other than, like, drilling a hole for a tail. Is pretty much all I've really done. I do want to do more modding, and my phone's going off. I want to do more modding, I just haven't come across a doll where I really need to do that.
Yeah.
Yet, so...
I definitely customize mine. I mean, obviously, I like to fully customize them. I'd like to, at one point, make my own doll. I don't know if you... Yeah, I guess that would be considered customizing. The most thing that I've ever modded was when I did my Baron custom. One of my friends asked me to make... it's a Hayao Miyazaki movie. The Cat Baron.
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
That's the most extensive I've ever done, because I had to cut off the ears, I had to sand down the nose, and then I also had to, take off most of his head, and then sculpt on from here out, like, a new back of the head as well as ears. So it's probably, like...
a lot to do.
the most that I've ever done. However, I'm ready for more, and I want to do, like, crazy horns and stuff. How did you get into the hobby, and why do you still collect?
Well, like, pretty much I was in college, I think. And I was looking at, I would always go into the toy aisle just to look for funsies. And I just was like, you know what, I really love, because my first dolls were the haunted dolls for Monster High.
Oh, yeah, the, ghosty ones.
And I was like, okay, you know what, I may not like dolls, per se, but, like, those were on the weird side. So, like, Monster High is already on the weird side, to be honest.
Goth Barbie.
So, pretty much. So, I was like, okay, they're ghosts. I really love that. So, I started getting them. And it obviously has grown from there.
Yes. In the other room, actually, there's, four shelves covered in Monster High dolls and Ever After High, so...
Yes. Although one of the shelves is mostly, like, kind of customs and stuff like that.
It's still an Ever After High or Monster High doll,
so... Yeah.
And why are you still in the hobby?
I just enjoy it. Well, partially, like, you know, I go through, like, depression and stuff like that, so it is a very, in my opinion... doll collecting and doll customizing is a very good outlet, and is very very therapeutic. Even if you get BJDs and like you buy a full set and it has a face up and you don't really have to do anything, I feel like just playing with it and just doing whatever, like coming up with stories. I feel like a lot of people go through stuff when they're doing doll stuff. So.
Oh yeah, I definitely get creative, and it's like a gift and a curse. I get super inspired with a doll, and I'll be working on it, and then I'll want to work on another one because something in that doll will want me to make
on
more.
Another one, yeah.
For me, when I was younger, I've collected dolls. I was always a collector of sorts. It was Bratz mostly, and the Sailor Moon dolls that came out. I still have a couple of them. Those were my collection. But
that's another thing. I have a lot of Bratz.
I don't have. I have like
I should show you
left.
my Bratz hybrids.
Yes. Yes.
Because you haven't done that yet, I don't think.
No, I
right?
have not.
Yeah.
I've been too afraid.
Well, next time you should bring them over, and I'll help you with it.
Please, yes. When did the first Monster High doll that I ever got was Draculaura, because I didn't know what Monster High was. I didn't know if it was a show or anything.
It was the same thing for me. I was just like, these dolls are weird, I like that, and I bought them.
Yeah.
And then I started, like, looking up things on YouTube where I was watching people that were unboxing them, like Mommy and Gracie, where the main people I watched, just like Chad Allen. Now half these people don't ever do videos anymore, which is sad, but... Well,
the Mommy and Gracie is now the Mommy show.
Yeah, I still watch her videos every once in a while, but, anyway, yeah, like, I didn't know what it was, and I just watched reviews, and I would get excited, too, whenever they were, like, I got to a video where they were opening a doll that I had, or that I, like, was planning on getting next or something, and I'll be like, yay, I get to see it out of the box!
Yes. Well, for me, like, when I first saw the Draculaura doll, I had watched the 1600 movie, the Sweet 1600 or whatever. So I really liked that, and I thought there was nothing beyond that. I thought it was just a couple of dolls, and I thought it was like a rare oddity thing. Yeah. I didn't know it was this like massive...
Just like how they randomly came out with these Harry Potter dolls, and God forbid they never make any more.
Yeah, because they had other ones, old ones that are scary, but, you know...
I really hope they continue with that, because if they don't make any more, my heart is going to die.
I need a serious black doll. Like, yes.
They need to come out with more. They really do. I hope they keep coming out with... And I hope that each line that they come out with is a little bit bigger, because now that they have base dolls, I think it'll be easier to come out with more random dolls.
Oh, definitely. What was I saying?
I don't know. You were talking about...
Draculaura
and stuff.
I got Draculaura. This was before I even started YouTube, and then I started to get more and more into like YouTube videos, start watching it more instead of like TV. Then I noticed that there were other dolls, and I liked more of the characters because I found the computer web series.
Yeah,
I found that, and then I watched all of it like in one sitting, and.
I have like
300 dolls.
I don't think I had 300 dolls, but I'm really up there. I didn't count them last year, and I haven't done a thing yet this year. Because every year I do the same thing. I show my collection, which my collection hasn't really changed. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it this year, because I don't know if I'm going to bother going through the whole thing, because it's going to be, like, the same video.
Yeah.
So I might just kind of, like, update with some of the newer dolls I have. We'll see how I do it. Anyway, what was I going off at?
I'm not sure. The fact that we have a lot of dolls.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, we'll just stick with that.
Yeah.
Like, we probably shouldn't ramble on for too much longer.
Do you collect any non-doll things?
If you move, there's pops right behind you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, there you go. You can see the pops.
pop figures.
Ninja Turtles, Skeleton, Skelly Bobs. This is Jack.
I think I unintentionally collect fabric. That's probably like one of those things that I collect.
I try not, as of lately, especially since I haven't been sewing much lately, I try not to get fabric.
I get a lot of fabric because no matter what project I'm doing, it's the wrong fabric.
Yeah.
If you didn't have dolls, what would you be doing / collecting?
To be honest, probably, roughly the same stuff. Like, I'd probably still be into action figures, because I've always been into action figures and different, that and most likely Pops. I would probably just be covered in Pops right now. Because the only reason I don't buy Pops is because I buy dolls.
Yeah.
And dolls and Pops are pretty much the same price, roughly. I mean, I think Pops can be a little bit cheaper. It depends on what doll. Pops are roughly $10 to $12. And a doll can range between $10 to $15.
Yeah.
So.
Well, for a while I didn't have dolls. So I'd probably be more into art. Because if I didn't have dolls, in fact, I got into sewing because of dolls, so I don't even know if my passion for sewing would be there because I would just be so involved in, like, drawing
The
and
other
stuff.
hobbies, yeah.
Yeah, the other hobbies that I have, sculpting, drawing.
I think that's the same thing with me and painting. I'd probably still be making canvases and stuff. Because that's what I did. I collected Pops and I painted canvases and those vinyl figures. So,
Ooh, that's
used
cool.
to... Yeah, he's dusty, and I think the sealant got sticky, so I'm gonna have to wash him. But, I used to paint vinyl figures that are like this, so I'd probably do more of these kind of things.
That one's really cool. I like that one.
Thank you. It's supposed to represent me at the time. I liked Batman. I wear blue jeans. I had shoes that were exactly like that, pretty much.
Did you have rainbow paint hair?
No, that was actually to represent the skull that I always painted, so...
Do you have an end goal for... Do you have an end goal for your collection?
To be rich and not have to worry about not buying dolls.
It's more so do you have a certain amount of dolls that you would like to collect to say that your collection is complete?
Sadly, I think for Monster High, my collection is edging towards that because Monster High is... I hope they make a comeback this fall. We'll see, or at least next year.
I feel like for me, my end goal is to have one of every single doll that was ever made for Monster High and Ever After High.
Well, I try to get the signature dolls. My mom collects the Ever High dolls.
Yeah.
And there's still some that she does want.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to at least... Because, I tried to collect them, and I wasn't that interested in them. Though I did like their basic dolls, their signature dolls. So I try to just collect their signature dolls and just be done with that. Probably the ones that I would love the most are the twins, and
I still need those.
Yeah, I also need the boys.
Yeah,
Impossible.
Dexter for $180 or something.
And I still need Lizzie Hart. Those are just a few that I would love for my collection for it to be pretty much done.
Yeah, definitely for me, it's I want the basic dolls, like the signature dolls, like you said, and I'd like all the San Diego Comic-Con dolls. I'm so close to getting up to date on that. I think I'm missing 2 or 3 dolls.
I want the Rebecca so bad. I have almost every Rebecca except for, I think, Dance Class, Original, and then Comic-Con.
I finally got my first Rebecca Steam not too long ago. Tiffany and Tammy bought me one. I think she was the dance class one, and I bought a Rebecca Steam secondhand around the same time, so.
I like how everyone always thinks their doll is broken. And I'm like, no, she's just made that way.
Yeah, she's just floppy. The 2 more questions. What skills have you picked up because of dolls?
Everything. Like, I started sewing. I've learned, obviously, how to reroute. Just painting on a smaller scale. I used to do ceramics, so I kind of already did that. But I think I very much, like, I honed it better by doing face-ups and stuff like that. I'm not sure what else that is doll-specific, necessarily, that I learned. I guess making smaller things.
Yeah, working with miniatures, because that's a whole other skill in its own.
Yeah.
I'd probably have to say around the same things. Sewing, like, I don't know if a lot of people know, and I don't think if I really say it on my channel, but sewing is, like, super important to me, and I do it at least once a week. I create something with sewing, because it's just, like, a need that I have. And
But it's just something you fully enjoy.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
So, like, say you stopped collecting dolls, you would still be sewing.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And, you know, rerouting face-ups. I've always wanted to do face-ups, because I saw, with, like, ball-jointed dolls, I saw, like, custom dolls, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that bad.
Though, like, BJD face-ups, in my opinion, are a little bit easier than having to do the whole face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because he was pretty easy. I was just, like, I had to do the shadows, plus the lips a little bit. He was good.
Perfect.
And then, of course, I gave him eyeliner, because I like to line my doll's eyes. I know a lot of people don't do that, but to me, it looks unfinished. So
No,
a lot of my dolls have the eyes lined.
It's kind of like dolls without... I was going to say eyebrows, because I look at yours and I'm like, yours looks really good without eyebrows,
Well, see, the funny thing is, I was going to add eyebrows, but after I put the wig on him, I was like, you don't really need it. He doesn't actually need eyebrows.
Yeah.
So, like, he doesn't have eyebrows. She has eyebrows, but, like, she was, like, one of the first ones I did with eyebrows. And he's the first one that I actually was pretty successful with the eyebrows. I haven't done eyebrows a whole lot, because I hate doing them.
Well, you also have eyebrows, and that's a you doll, so...
Yeah. Oh, focus. There we go. Hello.
My camera looks so good in here.
It's just lighting.
I was going to say,
like, I actually... Because there's one light out, and then there's one yellow light. I had to do that because all the lights being in, because this is technically for a living room fan, because my fan originally broke, and he was like, I'm just going to give you another living room one. And I'm like, oh, yes, thank you. Because they're more powerful, and obviously lighting... Videos, yes. But, like, it was so bright that it was blowing everything out. So I literally had to, like, get rid of one light and put a bad light in the other.
I mean, that if it balances it out, so...
Yeah, so...
And the last question, what does the doll hobby mean to you? Loaded question.
I don't know how to answer that question, really. Really, it's just a way for me to connect with my friends. Because all of my friends are in this doll hobby, and to be honest, I guess, like, if I stopped collecting dolls in a way, we would still be talking.
Yeah.
So, because, like, I have created this group of people that, like, dolls are our passion, but, like, we help support each other in a way. So, like, without the dolls, I think I would still be pretty okay, because I would still have my friends and stuff like that.
For me, the doll hobby means... that I got my passion for creation back, because quite a few years ago, I used to draw, like, every single day from, like, the moment I could hold a crayon to about, like, junior high,
I did
high
the
school.
same thing. And, like, especially in high school, I would always sketch. And, like, they used to say, like, don't do that in school. And I'm like, years later, I read that, like, sketching while, like, a lecture is happening actually helps you concentrate for creative people and people with ADHD and stuff like that. Because it, like, you're actively doing something and it helps you listen. So.
Yeah. I definitely. I used to like doing the, like, collages. I used to do, like, a bunch of random crap. And,
I used to do the same thing, or I'll just, like, randomly draw something that's
like,
just
squiggly
obscure.
lines, a pattern, yeah. I used to draw, like, all the time. drawing was my everything. Like, I had nothing other than drawing and anime. Nothing else in my world existed.
Other than anime, I had manga.
Well, in the same category-esque. But then I just stopped. And I'm assuming that's where, lovely depression really reared its ugly head and was like, you know what? The only thing you love, I'm going to take that away. And I'm going to take that away for a long time.
Is rude.
Oh, very so rude. And then I got into the doll hobby, and actually just recently, and I'm talking a couple of months ago, I finally got more art friends, because, you do a lot of custom stuff, you do a lot of art things, so it's like, with you and your friends, you guys inspire me to want to
I was actually about to say, I was like, does the group help you at all?
Yeah.
And it's funny, because, I've added people to the group, and they're like, well, can I share, or can I ask? And I'm like, no, feel free to say or do whatever, because, that's what the whole point of the group is.
Yeah.
For. And the funny thing is, a lot of people didn't have that. Literally, they didn't talk to anyone. And I'm like, well, that's why I'm adding you to this group, because you don't have anyone to kind of converse with, and that's the whole point. Is because a lot of us do have depression or anxiety or all these things where we don't feel like we can chat with other people. So
some sort of social anxiety or something. And a while this was more so when we weren't talking as often. I got really close to one of my friends, my friend Lexi. I don't know if she's gonna watch this video. If you do, hi.
Hello.
You're
not in the video.
What was I saying? Lexi. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's why I said her. I'm sorry. Anyways,
Finish your thought.
Yes. When I met her and I started talking to her a lot more, she was super into art, and she's not into the doll hobby, but she draws a lot, and she helped me ignite my passion, because she helps me look at art and do creative things, and she'll tell me in a constructive, positive way, instead of with other groups that I was in before. Before I got in, you let me join into yours. Yeah. It was very,
because you were reluctant to, join. And I was like, it's chill. Trust me, it's chill. I don't do that. We don't do that there. And if someone does, I'm going to be bad.
Well, a lot of the groups and stuff like that I went into, they would say, negative things, which I can handle negative things with my art, but you need to have constructive criticism instead of just, you suck.
That was a problem I've had in groups in my past. And like I said, I'm saying this from the doll hobby, because those are pretty much the only groups I'm in, and we all know how the BJD hobby is. So, yeah, so...
That's a thing.
I just was like, because after something that happened last year, I was just like, I don't want to talk to anyone, I don't want to be around anyone. So for 4 months, I wasn't in a group. I only talked to Tiffy and probably a few other people. And I was just like, you know what, let's kind of make my own group. Mm-hmm. And I did. And now, I think we have 20 some odd people on Instagram. And then the Discord's getting big now.
Yeah. So, I was going to say, I feel like there's more people on Discord that I'm noticing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. And then, the funny thing is, even though some people don't talk or comment that much, I like that they know that there's a place to chat if they want to. Because my friend Amber, she doesn't talk a whole lot. Mm-hmm. But she does like that she can chat on there if she wants to.
Yeah, I know I don't chat a lot, but I like to just creep and, see what you're doing.
I need to add you to the Instagram one. I forgot.
Yeah. I like being on Discord. One, it's easier for me to manage, because, I'm not popular by any means. I mostly get messages about people can I have your dolls? God, I hate that. I hate that so
I saw
much.
someone had posted a picture of their doll, and they had posted in their story, what someone had said. They were like, okay, how much is it? And does it come with the clothes? And I'm like, she was like, what? That makes no sense, and that's incredibly rude to just, say that in a comment.
People.
So, yeah, I understand that weird stuff.
And that, because I also do other things in, and this pertains to, nothing, We'll continue that conversation, but this video is getting really long.
There's a lot to edit.
Yeah. But
We ramble, though.
I mean, I like rambling because
It wouldn't have been so long if we rambled, but I mean...
I
It's friendly rambling. It's fun.
that was my phone. I mean, I'd like to ramble, and that's what these videos are for, to me, so...
Yeah.
I want them to be long. So, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out his channel. And all the links will be down below. And I'll see you soon. Please watch HoloWicked. Please do. That's coming.
She does a lot of cool videos. Do it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I love your videos. Bye!